needs to be a better flow of pieces coming in, and in my honest opinion, Jerry, I think that's on the coach. I think that's on David Blatt. He's got to get his guys in when they need to play, and as tempting as it may be to play LeBron big minutes just to get a win, you know, him having played less minutes in Miami clearly helped them out. I think David Blatt may want to look into it a little bit.
Right. It's not just the minutes, though. And listen, I'm one of these guys, I get it. I don't need the cat playing 46, 48 minutes, but I'm not going to sit here and get mad that I know he's got mileage, but he's 30 years old, and he's an elite 30-year-old athlete. I don't have a problem with him playing 40, 42 minutes a game. You can tell me that's too much. I say these are the same guys that want to play 66 games instead of 82. They want to cut the games down 4 minutes just because they want something easier. I disagree as far as I don't want to go. He doesn't need to play all 4 quarters, but I've got no problem with a guy playing that level of minutes. But that's not it. It's what he's doing while he's in there. And again, I get the concept of if it costs us a few games early, I'm going to do it this way. But here's a question, and this is just a human psychology thing that I think of. And I know the answer, because the answer is not fair. The answer is because he's LeBron James and you're not. But the question that I would say is if you're trying to teach young guys, if you're trying to teach guys with attitude issues and with responsibility issues, and then if you're trying to teach them certain lessons, isn't it counterproductive to show them that when things aren't going the way LeBron thinks they should be, he's going to stand around and watch you screw up? So what's to change you from deciding when you're going to stand around? Now, I know the difference. It is he's LeBron and you're not, and if you do it, we'll just replace you, and because whatever. It's the straw that stirs the drink. We know how that goes. Point being, though, is that I don't know that that's the best example either. I'm more of if I'm a leader and if our team is struggling, even in the radio station, I'm rolling up my sleeves. And if I have to do 3 guys' job to get us through today, and then we'll figure out how to make it easier tomorrow, that's what you do. And I'm of the belief that that's what a leader does. To me, foreign concept is leadership by, oh, you're not going to listen to me? Okay, I'm just going to stand around and watch you do it your way. Let me know when you're ready to do it my way, because that's kind of what it feels like the Cavs and LeBron are trying to do in the early part of the season. They've said as much. They've said as much as that's LeBron's idea is stand back and you go do your dribbling around, and when you want to listen to me, come back and let me know. But that seems counterproductive at the same time.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm right with you there, Jerry. And I guess what you have to ask yourself is, does LeBron know what he has in this roster, in this entire Cavaliers team? Because there are 2 big sides to the coin on this, and this was the exact same way when he was debating, is he going to return to Miami or was he going to come back to Cleveland? Because one side of the coin says this Cavaliers team, even without Kevin Love at the time, was incredibly talented, young and talented, had a lot of first-round draft picks, had a lot of upside to it. But then you look at the other side and you say, well, they really haven't won much of anything in the 4 years that he wasn't there. It's an entirely new roster from last season. I mean, they have, I think it's 4 players from a year ago. It'd be Irving, Waiters, and Varejao, amongst others. So we saw that from LeBron in the preseason, where he was it wasn't really that he was lethargic. He was he's playing the observatory. He's just observing what these young players can do and what he has. What kind of hand does he have with this team? And it is a little bit concerning to see that he's still trying to figure that out, but then again, the regular season is long. It's 82 games.
Oh, yeah.
It may take him 20, 25 games just to know what type of team he has, and hopefully by then he'll be able to kick it into full gear and galvanize the rest of these players offensively and defensively.
I mean, again, and there's the word I see Vashon in the chat room, that word disinterested. To me, even if your intentions are pure and what you think you're doing is the right thing, when you are listless and disinterested for the entire second half, I've got to think knowing what I know about the makeup of a guy like Dion Waiters internally, yeah, he'll do what you need him to do, but he talks back. He's one of those guys that has no problem. I call it standing up for yourself more than being an antagonist. It's more of just feeling defensive about yourself. But I mean, that's easily a cause for, well, wait a minute. Well, how come when that cat does it, he's teaching us a lesson? But if I stand around listlessly, there's rumors that I need to be traded, you know? And, of course, again, the answer is because he's LeBron and you're not, and that's unfair, and I hate that, but that's the star system of the NBA as we know and how that goes. But absolutely, that's my thought there is that just sets the bad, even if your intentions are right, that sets the bad example. There's a way to do what they are trying to do, because I get the concept of it, without doing I'm going to take my ball and go home until you're ready to play it my way. That is the part that I think is counterproductive. The concept and what they're doing, I love it, because you got to teach them that we're going to play this a certain way, but not that way. If that's the case, then just sit LeBron, but don't show him that it's okay to walk around on the court and just have your head in the clouds because you're not happy with the way the flow of the game's going. All right, tonight, I've got Coach Waters here coming on in just a minute. Let's focus, turn things here, continue in the trip. Let's put last night behind them. Cavaliers have to do the same thing tonight, 9 o'clock. They've got Utah here. What are you looking for out of tonight's game? Obviously hoping, much like last week, to see a bounce back in the second night of a back-to-back.
Well, Jerry, I'm hoping for Black to really try to get everybody involved here. I would like to see the Cavaliers get out to a quick running start, get some easy transition buckets with Irving James and Kevin Love. But again, you usually, even good teams usually tend to struggle on a back-to-back, but I do think they got a little bit lucky that the schedule favors them this time heavily because it's the Utah Jazz, and they were one of the worst teams in the East. But again, Cavaliers cannot take this lightly. And going back to the point before, Jerry, I think LeBron James still has a lot to prove. And can he bring a title-contending team to Cleveland, because he didn't do it before, and obviously he's still in the process of doing that here in his second stint with the Cavaliers. So hopefully LeBron will play with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, and so will the rest of the team after a pretty tough loss to Portland last night. Hopefully they get it right here tonight.
I wouldn't, again, go crazy either way, up or down, but I expect the Cavs to look better tonight defensively. Utah's given up nearly 111 points a game. Teams are shooting well over 50% against them here this season, so this is a defense that's going to allow the Cavs to get out there and score some points, as we've seen. Cavs averaging, they're giving up 101 points a game. That's the problem. Utah scoring nearly 104. They can put the ball in the hole, but as you said, a good matchup here for the Cavs. 1-3 Jazz team, and a chance for them to even their road record here and keep it moving down to the final swing of this. I expect offensively, at least, to see the Cavaliers with a good night tonight. Let's see what happens second night of the back-to-back. Cavs and the Jazz tip off a little bit earlier tonight. It's not quite late night basketball, but I'll deal with it. 9 o'clock, Cavs and the Jazz. Eddie, have a good one. Couple more Cavs games here. You and I will catch up next week, and we will see if the journey and where the journey has progressed in the next week that was in Cavs basketball.
Sounds like a plan to me, Jerry. Thanks.
You got it. Thanks for being here. That's Eddy Jansen, More Than a Fan Cleveland Cavaliers beat writer. Check him out, morethanafan.cleveland.com. We're going to take a break. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Stay on the hardwood. CSU Vikings men's basketball head coach Gary Waters hitting cleanup, baby, bringing it down the pipe. When we come back, Coach Waters going to check in on the verge of the tip-off of the Vikings season next week. We're talking to Coach Waters from the CSU Vikings coming up next here on The Fix.
Oh, yeah. To the hoop, y'all. Shoot the baseline, slam dunk.
The Sports Fix.
A shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who does not exist.
The Sports Fix.
A young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law.
The Fix is in. The Sports Fix. We'll be right back.
Hey guys, before we go to the break, I want to talk to you a little bit again about our good friends at Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships, some of the hottest fights in the world today. Each and every one of their huge events, Harry Buffalo is one of the few places in Northeast Ohio you can go there and watch each and every UFC fight at the Harry Buffalo. And let me tell you, I've been there. The people are out the door. They are to the rafters. It is one of the craziest environments for some UFC fights. Wing Mondays, they've got great deals on wings and drinks, and every day of the week there's a different special, a different deal. And don't forget the Bison Burger, the unbelievable. It is the combination of a fantastic burger and eating healthy combined into one unbelievable size and burger while you're there. So whatever you're looking for, whatever day of the week, Monday through Friday, Saturday, Sundays, there's something for you at the Harry Buffalo North Olmsted, just outside Great Northern Mall. Check them out today. Harry Buffalo, join the herd.
Hi, this is Patrick Borlow from Cleveland Lake Erie Monsters, and you're listening to the Sports Fix.
Fantasy sports lovers, you put so much time, hard work, and effort into playing week to week that it quickly stops being a fantasy and starts getting real. And when the smoke clears, you want to show off those victories with a real prize. I mean, a really real prize. Nobody does that like Fantasy Jocks. The crew over at Fantasy Jocks have beautiful, high-quality, and heavy-duty championship belts, rings, trophies, and so much more for all your fantasy sports needs. There's literally only one place to go. FantasyJocks.com.
Time out! Okay, guys, Summers really had his bell rung and could have a concussion. I'm pulling him out for the game. Rodriguez, you're in for Summers.
Come on, Coach. It's just a ding. I'll shake it off.
Yeah, he's tough. Plus, we need to win this to make the playoffs.
Listen, we're a team and we need to look out for each other. Concussions are serious. No game is more important than your health.
Take concussions out of play. If you're a coach, know the warning signs and never let athletes return to play before a healthcare professional says it's okay. A message from CDC.
The Sports Fix is now available every day on the world's largest internet radio service, iHeartRadio. Download the free iHeartRadio app, subscribe to the show, and get your fix.
It's just an old ball, really. Nothing more. We grew with it and studied it. We owned it and shared it. We prayed they would hit it and miss it. We prayed they would catch it and drop it. We wanted it to bounce and fly, speed up and slow down. We prayed it would come to us, and we wanted to give it away. We have watched it weather storms and bask in the sun. And it's always right here in our hands. Cleveland Indians, established 1901.
Portions of the Sports Fix brought to you by Quick Lane at Valley Ford Truck, home of the low price tire guarantee. QuickLane.com/Valley Ford Truck.
You can tell everybody. Yeah, you can tell everybody. Go ahead and tell everybody. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. Yes, I am, yes, I am, yes, I am. I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man.
Welcome back to the Sports Fix, live across the Sports Fix Radio Network. J-Rock back with you, coming down the home stretch here. We've been live dodging the bullets today. I mean, every segment on this show has changed from 11:55 on, moving live in the fire. I love it. What a way. We got through it. Great show. Thanks to everybody that's been with us so far. Eddy Jansen from More Than a Fan Cleveland, Talking Cavaliers. Doug Plagens, the voice of the Lake Erie Monsters, for being with us. And, of course, my man Dan Wismar from the Cleveland Fan in the first hour, talking Browns and Bengals and Buckeyes and Spartans, a lot of things going on. Guess what else is going on? You know who the man is. That's why I'm playing this. My next guest, saving the best for last, Coach Gary Waters. He was going to kick it off now.